Welcome back to our series on the classification of civilizations according to the Kardashev scale. In the last episode, we talked about Type 0 civilization, one that relies on the limited resources of its planet, such as oil, coal, and gas. But what happens when we move to a higher level? Today, we'll talk about Type 1, a planetary civilization that can harness all of its planet's energy. What does that mean for the future of humanity? And how far are we from reaching this level? Join us in this episode as we explore the fascinating world of a planetary civilization. So, what exactly does it mean to be a Type 1 civilization? The Kardashev scale, which we've mentioned, uses three main types of civilizations. A Type 1 civilization is one that can fully control and use the energy of its entire planet. This means we could harness all the potential our planet offers, from wind, solar, and water energy, to geothermal energy coming from the depths of the Earth. Imagine a world where we wouldn't need to worry about running out of resources. Everything we need to power our cities, cars, factories, all would come from natural sources we already have. But unlike today's situation where we still rely on fossil fuels, in Type 1, energy is almost infinite as we use the planet's power to its fullest. A Type 1 civilization relies entirely on renewable energy sources. This means using solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric power, and geothermal sources. For example, solar energy is incredibly powerful. Just 1 hour of sunlight that reaches the Earth contains enough energy to meet the entire world's needs for a whole year. Unfortunately, we still haven't developed the technology to fully harness that vast amount of energy. Wind farms are another major energy source for a planetary civilization. The wind is always present, and although today we use wind to generate energy, a Type 1 civilization could tap into much more of that energy to power entire cities. Next is geothermal energy, the heat that comes from within the Earth. Our planet is like a giant boiler, with heat emanating from its core. The Earth constantly produces thermal energy, and we can harness that energy to heat homes or produce electricity. Hydropower is another way a planetary civilization uses energy. By using the power of rivers and lakes, we can generate electricity without causing pollution. This form of energy is already in use, but a Type 1 civilization could take this to a whole new level, powering entire continents. But transitioning to a Type 1 civilization isn't just about using more energy. It's also about efficiency and environmental protection. Right now, we are using the planet's resources in a way that pollutes the air, water, and destroys nature. A Type 1 civilization must find ways to use renewable energy sources without harming the environment. Some scientists believe that to become a Type 1 civilization, we will need to develop new technologies for capturing and storing energy. For example, imagine solar panels that can absorb energy and store it for later use, or wind turbines that generate energy even in the lightest breezes. All of this requires advanced scientific projects and innovations. Now you must be wondering, how close are we today to becoming a Type 1 civilization? Currently, many scientists believe we are somewhere around 0.7 on the Kardashev scale. This means we are on the right track, but we are still not advanced enough to fully control all of the planet's energy. However, progress is being made. Solar farms, wind farms, and geothermal sources are already in use, and technology is improving every day. For example, solar panels are becoming more efficient, and wind turbines are getting bigger and more powerful. But to reach the level of a Type 1 civilization, we will need to solve a few key challenges. First, the technology must become accessible to everyone. Currently, many parts of the world still don't have access to renewable energy sources or lack the infrastructure to use them on a large scale. Second, we need to develop global political and economic stability for these technologies to be properly implemented. Only then can we advance toward a future where energy is not a problem but a solution. If we were to become a Type 1 civilization, it wouldn't just change how we use energy. It could transform our entire way of life. Freed from the limitations of fossil fuels, we could focus on progress in other areas: healthcare, education, space exploration, and even the colonization of other planets. A Type 1 civilization is a critical milestone on the path to becoming an interplanetary species. While decades or even centuries may still separate us from that point, the progress we make today shows that the future is full of potential. Will we get there? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: a world that harnesses all of its planet's energy is a world of limitless possibilities. Thank you for watching this episode of our series on the Kardashev scale. In the next episode, we explore Type 2 civilization, a civilization that harnesses the energy of its entire star system. Don't miss it, because the journey is just beginning.